Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Work. The Work is a way to identify and question the thoughts that cause all the suffering in your world. My guest today is Christina, and her work is just so good. She's irritated because she doesn't have a job, and her father is all over her, and she is in quandary. And I love that you're here. So together, let's sit with Christina and let's do the work. You know, other than what you're thinking and believing, aren't you beautiful? If you could not compare yourself to any other human being, drop all comparison. Are you beautiful? Some things are just true. Oh, I see you, Michelle Chen. Oh, you dears. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm qualified to be here. What qualifies me? Pain, suffering, depression that doctors couldn't touch. Not that they don't do their best. But, this crazy head will override any kind of sanity. I can do something. Anyway, that's what qualifies me to be here. That's just half of it. I know pain and suffering. But what makes me really qualified to be here with you in your presence is I found a way out. And that's what I have to share. And if I find a way out, where I found that way out was inside of me. What does that mean? Find it inside of you. What does that mean? I identified what I was thinking and believing about you, about him, her, them, world. Identified my thoughts. I saw my thoughts about the world. And I moved them from my head to paper. And I questioned them. And what was so shocking is what that responded to the questions. And that's what I refer to as the immovable. The immovable never moves. Let's look at it as the heart. It doesn't do war with the ego. It doesn't go, oh, you. No, it just waits to be asked. To be asked with intention. To be asked because you really want to know. For example, he hurt my feelings. How do I react when I believe the thought? I see the situation clearly in my mind's eye. I see it. And I'm right. You see my attitude? I'm right. Where's my proof? In my head. I see him. Well, that would be the past, not right or wrong, but is it the past? Where's my proof? Just this? Just what's appearing in my head? That's not him. That's imagination. Not right, not wrong. It's just that it happened last year. That can't be him. That's imagination. That can't be him saying what he said that hurt me so deeply. And no, that's imagination. The ego's work, not right or wrong. It's just a way of, I refer to this world as like Earth School, and it's a privilege to be here. It's incredible once you get the hang of what is and what isn't valid for you, not the rest of the world, for you. Okay, those of you new to the work, what we do here in this community is we identify the cause of our suffering, looking back at our life or in the moment, anytime, any kind of suffering in our life. We anchor there. We identify what we're thinking and believing about that situation, and we question it. So welcome those of you new to the work, and hello, dears. Hello, dears. I'm so glad to be here with you. I love that so much. Christina, sweetie, let's do the work. Okay, so what did you write for number one?
Sorry, I'm nervous. So I have I'm irritated because I don't have a job.
Okay, you don't have a job. Is it true? All of you, go to a time when you didn't have a job and wanted one or needed one, or look at your life right now. You don't have a job. Everyone relate. Maybe you're one of your siblings or children, or someone didn't have a job. There's always a way for us to sit with you in this, Christina. You're not alone, honey. You don't have a job. Is it true?
No.
What did you see?
Right. I saw that my job was to be there with my fear of not having a job.
Yeah. And we can see how you react when you think the thought. The images in your head that convince you the sadness you're experiencing is valid. You don't have a job. Where's your proof? Look at the images of past and future. In fact, notice how you react when you think the thought, I don't have a job. It brought you to tears. We saw that. So what was that? What were the images of the future, past and future, that were playing you?
Yeah, images of like not contributing to others, or just being at home and living for myself and not doing anything that others appreciate.
Like you're not contributing.
Yeah, and having family members see me as not like lost, or not having much worth in society or in general, or being miserable because I don't have a job. I have images also of finding jobs that don't make me happy, and not feeling like I contribute, or feeling like other people think I'm no good, or not any use where I'm at.
So basically, what I'm hearing from you is that's all about what people think of you. If you had a job, it would be the same. What
It
will
is actually
think of
the same
me?
when I have a job.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sweetie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same. That's why I get anxious about performing at the job rather than enjoy it. I work with children, and one of the main challenges is that, like, to actually sit and enjoy them rather than be doing like everything I need to do. Where I used to work with children.
That's great information that you just tapped into. What you love. And working with children like that, notice it's not about pleasing other people. You're just loving what you do.
It's true.
My head is just
Yeah, I could just
swimming.
go around and find some kids to be with.
Oh, for sure.
I'm
Oh,
sure the mom would thank me. Oh,
the thought of it brings you to laughter. You don't have a job. Notice how you react when you believe the thought. You shared it with us. It was all about what they would think of you. What they
yeah, and I get mad at my husband too. That's how I got there this morning because I was like not wanting to receive his hugs or things that I normally do, and I'm like, why am I mad at him? Like it's not his fault that I don't have a job. Ay, yeah,
I don't have a job. This is a big ask. But that fourth question, other than what you're thinking and believing about you don't have a job, who would you be without that thought, living the life you live right now? Without the thought, I don't have a job. Who would you be responding to your husband this morning without the thought, I don't have a job? Notice your life without the thought, I don't have a job. I'd like to look at percentages sometimes when I'm doing this work. It's like, I don't have a job. Who would I be without the thought, I don't have a job? And then I get to see, how that haunts me, how that thought haunts me. Is it 90% of my waking life? Is it 10%? Is it 1%? How much I don't have a job turned around, I do have a job.
yeah. For me, it's like 70%. It used
Mhm.
to be like 99, and then I found the work, and now it's a little lower.
You're getting there.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I would be without the thought I don't have a job.
And you don't have to guess, just look at the days and how you spend them. I do have a job. Do you make the bed? Do you do the dishes? Do do you watch television? I do have a job.
Yeah, the job is sometimes to get stressed out in front of the computer looking for jobs. That's not really happy. Uh, but sometimes the job is doing sunset walks with my partner and cooking nice meals and being by the rocking chairs. Yeah, and right there when I was there, actually everything else was beautiful. Like there was a dog just laying in front of us and everything was silent. He was playing his guitar. Yeah. I
Is-
think, yeah, the only thing was in the future when I think like, oh, no more kids in my future and no more nice job. And like, then I go out. But in the moment it was, yeah.
Okay, so that's your job, is to notice your job. Your job, like my job, is to be happy where I am. If I can't be happy where I am, how can I be happy on the job? That sounds a little weird, but wherever I go, my ego's going to travel with me. I have a job, but it's not a good enough job. I'm underpaid. I'm dun 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 dun. No one appreciates me. I mean,
Yeah, after I wrote the worksheet, I felt better thinking like, maybe I do want to have all this time without a job coming up so I can figure out how to not be anxious about it. You
yeah,
know?
for me, that's my job. My job is to love, and to love involves self-love. When I love the world, I love me. When I don't love the world and the people in it, I notice how I react when I believe the thought. I destroy the world in my mind's eye that I do have. The job in front of me.
And you know what I just thought? I would actually go and just walk over to my neighbor's house. She's a really nice person, and I would talk to her and like let her know what's up. And if I want to be useful, maybe I can check what people need or something around me.
Oh,
Or even just talk to her, which is nice because it's always nice talking to her.
and neighbors with children.
She does have a daughter, yeah. Little one. Thank you.
Hmm. I don't have a job. Turned around, I do have a job. Give me another example. I do have a job. Number one job for me is to be happy. And for me, happiness is a word for the absence of suffering. And to some, that might look not useful and boring. But self-inquiry, once it's alive in you, it just no downside to life. We wake up to the options that are always available that the ego is overriding. It blinds us. For example, you see the images of the past and future, and you believe in that. Let's refer to it as fake news. Like other people have jobs and you don't, and there's nothing for you to do in your life. It's just, we all have.
Yeah, and I realized I think that it's all in my computer. Like instead of like going out and like, just being in touch with like the community. I have actually the one I thought of doing is my job is not easy to find. That was my complaint. And I get trapped in that because I think, oh, because I was in a non-traditional school, and then I give all the proof of why it's so hard to find exactly what I want. And then I just get into a hole and I feel like it's not gonna happen, is where I go. But yeah, so sorry, I the turnaround was I do have a job.
Mhm. Your job right now is to put your hand on your head, and you've done it perfectly. That's your job. And now your job is to put your hand down, and you did that well. And some of you may think, oh, that's trivial. No. My job was just to shake my head and say no. I didn't necessarily plan it. I'm just awake to my job.
Yeah, immediately just my mind goes to my dad and him, like never seeing that and like wanting him to see that, but like see value in me without doing anything. That's what I need.
So if you had a job, you could buy value. You could perform. I'm trying to point to your motive at having a job. And there it is again. It's to please other people. If my father
Well,
isn't,
to please me, yeah, to please me, like I have value somehow.
yeah, rather than to find the value yourself, you look to other people to find what you think they feel and do as valuable. But you're not watching you, you're watching them.
And I'm also pretending like I'm doing it for them, and really I'm just doing it for me.
Oh, good
It's
one.
like, oh yeah, I contribute to society. I'm Yeah.
As all those years, I was oh my gosh, so agoraphobic, depressed, insane, living in terror for no reason other than what I was thinking and believing. That was my job. And it certainly brought me to you. And that's a job worth having. Brought me to date all of you. That's some kind of miracle. And I can be with you because I'm not worried about what I think, say, feel, or do that would I'm not worried about what you think of me. I'm sitting here and I get to hear my words as you all get to hear them. So when I look at the world, I look to myself as just like someone in the world, and by some miracle I fit in. And the world doesn't have to know it. I'm comfortable here. The only problem, what I'm thinking and believing about me, you, and the world. It's not a problem that I think that way. I can't stop what I think. But if it brings any kind of suffering to my world at all, and emotionally we feel that in the moment. But if it brings any kind of suffering, then it's my job to move that, what I'm thinking and believing, to paper, just like you've done, and to question it.
Yeah, I have a full-time job in that way.
Really, if the whole world died and I was the only survivor, which that's really familiar to me, I would still be sitting with worksheets because the people that I judge, some of them are even dead. But what I'm thinking and believing about them didn't die. And if I hold any kind of resentment, I can still take care of it because that's my job. And my job, that's my only job. And it brought me to you. So that's a job worth having. And the way I meet a stranger on the street, with or without words, the way I meet that person internally. Let's look at two. In that situation where you are believing you don't have a job, what do you want?
I want the perfect job to show up immediately.
Okay. Is that true? And what is the situation? You're sitting in front of your computer, or you're there with your husband, he's playing guitar. What is it? Or your
Yeah,
father calls and says you have a job yet?
no, I'm right there. It's funny, yeah. I'm right there in the rocking chairs with my husband who's playing guitar, and the dog is at our feet. And that's when I was writing the worksheet because I knew it had me tense and angry with him. And yeah, I want the perfect job to show up immediately. Um,
Okay, so let's turn it around. I don't want the perfect job to show up immediately.
yeah, that's for sure what got me a little bit out of it when I felt more relieved that I thought like maybe it's not really what I want. What I want is to get rid of the fear, you know? So
Yeah,
if it keeps going forever and ever, then maybe
yeah,
at some point I'll get rid of the fear. For sure. That I want that much more.
yes, yeah, honey. I want the perfect job to show up immediately in that situation, be there now. Your job is listen to the music, be there with your husband, be there with your dog, listen to the music, I want the perfect job to show up immediately. The perfect job has shown up immediately. And your job is to take it in. That's all.
Yes.
And if you can do that there, you can do it anywhere. Earth school, it's training ground. You have no idea what it prepares you for. And
Yeah,
self-inquiry is,
everything.
it's a shortcut. Oh my God, it's such a shortcut. I don't have time to fill in a worksheet. Okie dokie. No. Okay. My job is to thank the ego for sharing, and a worksheet a day, is my job. And if I can't do that, how long would I last at another job with this ego running? I wouldn't like it either, chances are. I love my job. It's to sit here with you now. And at some point, my job will be to stand up. And then at some point, my job will be to sit down again. At some point, my job will be to open my computer. At some point, it'll be to do the dishes. At some point, it'll be to listen closely to Stephen so that I don't miss a word he says. I'm present with the people I love in my life. It's my job. And to show up here on time, it's my job. And it could be one of my children or grandchildren. I show up on time. My job was to walk this morning. I didn't argue with me. I just did it. So grateful. So grateful on the other side of that. The ego does everything it can to stop that. I love the ego. It's just like this little kid. I don't want to, I don't want to. Oh, sweetie, it's so okey-dokey. Let's just head out and see if you're right. It's a terrible thing to walk in the morning. Oh, not true. Turned out not to be true. That's how it seems every morning. Ego's really quiet. I'm exaggerating in one area there as my ego doesn't say don't walk. It hasn't won that one yet. So in mornings that it does, it's like, oh, I'll do it this afternoon, or, thank you for sharing. I'm going to do my job. And it doesn't mean there aren't exceptions to it. I'm not a terrible ruler. I'm not a dictator. Gentle and understanding with myself. That's my job. My job is to live a life without fear. That's my birthright. That's your birthright. The cause of all fear is what we're thinking and believing prior to investigation. So I want the perfect job to show up immediately. Well, it does. All day long and into the night, and sometimes in the night. Well, my job is to be happy and at home in myself. And that involves loving the human race or understanding. I'm switching words like love. Understanding in my world is love. Let's look at 3. I hope some of you out there, sitting in this, you were going to that don't have jobs, we're going to solve the employment problem. You can get clear and make a difference. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. It only takes one person to end world war, and it's you. You. No two people live in the same world. The world is as we believe it to be. It'll never be more or less than that. So if I want to change the world, I do what you're doing today. I identify what I'm thinking and believing. I move it from my head to paper and I question it. What advice would you offer? Number 3, what did you write for advice?
My job should come to me now.
Oh, well, that was fast.
And then I have, I don't know. Should I read the needs?
Uh-huh. Well, let's stay with 3 first.
Okay.
Your job should come to you now. You don't even know what job that is when you wrote the worksheet. You had some ideas, but your job should come to you now. Is it true? And when you look at your enlightened mind, our time sitting together, your job should come to you now. Well, that fits. If you're not at peace, take care of it. That is energizing.
It's like the universe giving me time from my job, really, because I can also see that I'm in a difficult relationship with my dad because he's also afraid of me not having a job.
He's not afraid.
He's afraid also.
He's afraid of you not having a job.
And I can see if my job is to not be afraid myself, then I can be with him in a different way.
Oh, oh, sweetie. Oh my goodness.
And that's the job I would ask for too, and this is the one given to me. If I had a different job, I'd be like, oh, I need time to do this. I don't have enough time. And now I have all the time. So silly. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is perfect. and I'm not even like lacking anything like materially or income or
So, just for something interesting right now, be your father really worried about you, and I'll be you with this enlightened mind that has opened up for you. So, hi, Dad, how are you? And you be your worried dad, and let's see how this would work.
I said I don't want to talk to you. You're not realizing when things are going wrong. You're not giving anything to society. You've been doing it wrong for 15 years.
Oh, Dad, I see how worried you are about me. And I'm so sorry for that.
You don't understand. You're not changing. You're not doing anything different. Like, you say you can't even work for me like for 10.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're so right. You're so you're so right. And what I want you to know is I'm doing my best. And I love
It's
you.
not your best. You can do better. You're so selfish. You don't even pay taxes. You don't even give back the things you've received from me so much, and you don't give anything.
You know what I love sitting with you, Dad, is you have a lot of clarity around things that I really need to hear. I love you so much. Every time I need something from you, you're always forthcoming. The way you want me to be happy in the world is just runs so deeply in me. And I realize sometimes I'm a disappointment to you. And I'm sorry for that. I'm just grateful, the way you see me, that you still talk to me. That must be very difficult for you. And I appreciate you. So would you please continue? I have been really suffering over not having a job more to please you. I just love you so much and I don't want you to worry about me. And I appreciate you. Now, if he says, go away, get out, I never want to speak to you again, it's just another worksheet. And I don't mean that flippantly, it's just another, no, life happens. When people love us, they're frightened and they sound like, you know, if you had a job, he would worry less. So it's not about you, it's about him. He doesn't want to see you suffer. Those of you that do your worksheets, you understand that all the language you need come out of a worksheet. You question it, you turn it around, and all of a sudden you have a language to express yourself that is authentic. And no one has to hear you because you're right in yourself. And that's our job here in Earth School, is to love unconditionally, to love and understand. That's what Earth School's all about. It's just whether we have a job or we don't have a job. This is Earth School. It's to wake up to the difference between reality and imagination. So when we talk about, doing a worksheet a day, that's not someone could even give you. No one can give you that but you. My job should come to me now, and it will every time. If you want to know what it is, just call your father. He has all kinds of options rolling there. In the meantime, know your job. Could be just go have tea with your neighbor. It could be just doing the dishes, or a comfortable evening with your husband, your dog, the music. Let's look at 4. In that situation, what advice would you offer?
I need advice. Oh wait,
Number
needs,
4.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I need my job to be on time, give me safety, be flexible, be enough, and not be too much.
Okay, okay. So, okay, so, that sounds like, to be happy, you need, your job to give you safety. If you had a job, it would bring you safety. I mean, the best job in the world, whatever that might be for you. So, if you had a job that would please your father, it would bring you safety. Is it true?
It's funny, the one that would please my father would not bring me safety, but the one that would please me, I believe it would somehow. I don't think so. I need my job to bring me safety.
So you're already more open, I'm guessing here, more open to a job you don't like, but your father would.
Really? No, I think it makes me scared, the types of jobs he wants for me. Those don't bring me safety. I feel like I would go into pain. But probably the ones that I like don't bring me safety either. Sorry, I don't know if I got lost, but
No, that's what happens when we sit in self-inquiry. It's an exercise in stillness. And what comes up, comes up. And what we've written on paper is where we anchor. It keeps us anchored in self-inquiry.
uh,
So you need your job to be on time, turned around. I don't need.
I don't need my job to be on time.
No, because it's ongoing. It's wherever you are.
It is on time, yeah.
Because if you got the job, the traditional job that people think of, and when you get that job, what you're thinking and believing is going to affect you, the people around you, your father, your employer, your husband, your dog. So let's turn it around and where you have the word job,
Uh-huh.
turn it around to I need my thoughts.
I need my thoughts to be on time,
Yeah.
give me safety, be flexible, be enough, and not be too much. My thoughts.
Yeah, I need my job. I need my job to give me safety. And your job, let's say, is talking to your father from a position of understanding that he is frightened that you're not going to be able to, that you would have less of a good life. You want a life, he wants you to be happy. For you to be safe may be his happiness.
Yeah, I want the same thing he wants, except I see it somewhere else. But safety is safety and happiness. Yeah.
I need my job to be on time, turned around. I don't need my job to be on time. And where I go with that is you have some time out in your life to get your head squared away and to be happy with or without a job. If our lives, if happiness depended on if do I have a job or not have a job, there's something off with that. Earth becomes a torture chamber. And that's not what the gift of life is about. Life is beautiful by nature, but what we're thinking and believing about life and the people, and it could use a little work.
Yeah.
I want my job to be flexible. Yeah, your mind is very flexible. And when anytime you're worried, it's a worksheet.
Yeah, and my job is flexible too because it's giving me a lot of time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
and
just not
time to
catching up.
be a lot of time to be with children, a lot of time to know your neighbor, a lot of time to be in the world. What I love about this self-inquiry is I'm happy with or without people. That's amazing. You know, all of you, if you were the only human being in the world, like you woke up, all human beings were gone, all, without exception. What's the problem? Other than what you're thinking and believing, what's the problem? And if you're doing that exercise, just open your eyes and look around. I need a job to give me safety. Turned around, I need my thinking.
I need my thinking to give me safety.
Yeah. So when you're frightened, that's the opposite of safety. Even though you're safe, you're locked into a belief. So I want my
And it went from not being safe in my job to then not feeling safe in my partnership because I didn't even realize I was angry. I was just like, oh, I don't want him touching me. And then what's wrong? Why didn't I want him touching me? And like maybe there's something wrong here.
yeah. My job when Stephen touches me is to notice, just to notice the thoughts in my head in a way that allows me to be very open to his touch. I need a job. I need to be enough and not to be too
Not
much.
uh-huh.
So how would you turn that one around?
I need my thoughts to be enough and not too much. Yeah. Yeah, enough is just like maybe seeing the thought and then that's it. That's enough. Like I see it.
Yeah, and what we're thinking and believing is the cause of all suffering. So, when you think it's not enough, you always have self-inquiry. That's my job. That's the door to happiness, which for me is just a balanced, open mind.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Not too much.
Other than what we're thinking and believing, everyone has a right to life, to a happy life. It's our birthright. And the ego would see it differently in Earth School, which goes back to life is a beautiful gift, but what we're thinking and believing about life could use a little work. And all of us on this call, we we're sitting in the key to happiness right now. It's nothing we have to use, and this is nothing we have to do, but it is a way of looking to ourself, looking to the ego, and not fearing the ego, but inviting it into our world so that we can include it. And it's not any, so that we can live happily, coexist with the ego. Let's say my ego is going, something terrible is going to happen, something terrible is going to happen, and that's nothing but the images it offers up. Something terrible is going to happen, and all these images come up because words and pictures in our head, in that apparent silent world, are the cause of our suffering. So those belong on paper, but beautiful thoughts. Who wants to change those? They're working for us. So what we do with self-inquiry is we look at the negative and it becomes a positive. And that's the power of understanding. So eventually there are no negative thoughts in us. Like it feels like um, I need my job to be on time. That's on number 4. I need my job to be on time. Well, it can just feel like, oh, I need my job to be on time. That's a good one. Maybe it will be, maybe not. I don't know. My job is to be happy, understanding, and lead a worthwhile life. And worthwhile is as each of us individually see it. Society has their own, maybe, I don't know. But I know the difference between happiness and misery. And I work with misery, and it just flips to happy automatically. It's the absence of suffering and the world that it leaves. You need a job to give you safety. If you had a job, it would bring you safety. Is it true?
Hmm.
What did you see that took you to the no?
Well, I wouldn't really feel safe because I'd be afraid to lose it. I'd be closer to not feeling super anxious, but I would still be anxious. Yeah.
Yeah, chances are. Because the ego goes wherever you go, there it goes. It goes with. And that's not a problem once we understand the ego and the cause of suffering. I see the ego as a terrified child just looking for a home. It's like a state of mind that wants to live as a physical object. And that's not going to happen because thoughts are nothing. We don't even have proof we have them. If you had a job, it would bring you safety. Is it true? Like the job as your father wants for you. If you had one of those jobs, it would give you safety. Is it true?
It's funny because I fear it so much that maybe going into it would give me safety, Maybe I'd feel less afraid. Yeah, because I find it's like going into the Tigers. He has a very demanding job, like no life as the way I see it. But if I were to go there, maybe if I find my strength, it would bring me safety to feel like I can do it too.
Yeah, you can do that with or without a job if that's what you're. So it's a state. Safety is a state of mind.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm. Let's look at 5.
Thank you. My job is not easy to find.
Is it true?
Hmm. I'm having the proof come.
Mhm.
My job is not easy to find. No, it's easy. It's very easy. It's very clear. Like if I ask myself, it's very clear that what I want, like my job to feel safe wherever I am and to like.
See, my job is to be happy where I am. And happiness doesn't mean, oh, I'm so happy, happy, happy. It's just this balance and appreciation for life.
Yeah, I want to appreciate unemployment.
Yeah. Yeah, my job is not easy to find. And I'm thinking, I heard Stephen entered the kitchen. I'm imagining that Stephen just entered the kitchen on the other side of the door in the room I'm sitting in. And my job is not easy to find. Okay, my job on the other side of our time together would be probably, but I'm going to let my job show up because you never know what you're called for on your job. But I imagine my job will be to stand up and walk into the kitchen and see if it's true it's Stephen, and to say hello and to say, how did you sleep last night, honey? And to listen to his experience and to it's my job. And then maybe he has an appointment somewhere and he goes off and, ooh, there goes my job. He's driving away. Okay, what is my job? It's always to be happy where I am. And I really don't know what my job would be. I look at my calendar and that's some of it. But in the meantime, like you, in my world, there's probably dishes in the sink, cup or something. And my job's to take care of that. My job is to look at my email, do my best.
Yeah, sometimes it's even to stop looking for jobs when I'm feeling stressed out.
Yeah, maybe, my job is to be happy, to be understanding. To be understanding is to be happy. Happy isn't, oh, I'm so happy, it can be, but just balance and loving what is. It's kind of like the end of duality. It's the absence of suffering and life as life would have it, and self-inquiry. There's just no downside. Everything in the world is working for me, not against me. Life is a gift without exception. That sounds, if someone had said that to me before the work found me, I would have nothing in common with that person. They're talking, that's ridiculous. That's not even possible. There are downside to life in other people's world, some people's world, but it doesn't mean it has to be that way. Once we understand it's what we're thinking and believing in any given situation that is the problem, we become self-responsible. We become responsible for not the world, but what we're thinking and believing about the world. And like you, that kind of understanding that can really set us free from fear of our Father and how he sees us. Boy, Father worksheets around this would be so powerful, if just in case you haven't done some.
Done something.
And those of you that lost your parents, they still live inside your head. So you can still do worksheets on your parents. And people don't have to be living for us to resent them. Oh, So your job is not easy to find, turned around. My job is.
It's easy to find.
Honey, it's everywhere, and you're so valuable. Oh, my heaven.
It feels so good that turnaround.
You know,
Yeah.
what you're thinking, everyone on this call, happiness is your birthright. It's there. It's the ego's job is to confuse you. This is Earth School.
Yeah, even if there's no people around, it can be easy to find. I'm people. uh,
I'm really looking forward to those of you out there. I'm really looking forward to your feedback on this work Christina and I are sitting in together with you. Let's look at 6.
I don't want to feel like I won't find the right job for me.
Let's go back to 5. My job is not easy to find. My job is easy to find. So one of your jobs might be to listen to your father and how much he loves you and how much he fears you're not going to be okay. And there's nothing he can do about it. He wants you to have everything, be secure and use your talents. And he wants you to be he wants that daughter, but that's not you. It's like he wants you to be happy and safe. And the way you sit in self-inquiry, you can give him that just by being you and understand his love for you and his worry.
Yeah, I've told him like I'm already happy in my job because this happened even before. And he says I don't walk the talk, that he doesn't believe me.
Well, that's
And I
it.
say, well, I don't believe you either.
Uh, oh,
No,
you're a
it's
little
true. Why should
powerhouse.
he believe me if I'm just, yeah.
Okay, I don't ever want to feel like I won't find the right job for me. I'm willing to feel.
I'm willing to feel like I won't find the right job for me.
And I look forward.
I look forward to feeling like I won't find the right job for me.
Yeah.
Ah,
And as you say that, I'm noticing, gosh, my silly job. If people say, what is your job? It is to have my left hand on my neck. And when I talk, my head does that. And oh, is that it?
same,
Is that it?
same.
Yeah, that's all that's required. That's my job. I don't have to plan it. It's just going on. And it's
I think
fascinating. Will the hand change? Will it move? Will it reach out for something? Will it go down or is it going to hold my neck all day? What is it? Ah, life is it's magical. I
the
didn't think,
thought that comes
you
up
can
is
put my
I'm
hand on
afraid.
my head now.
What was the last thing?
I said, I didn't have the thought, I think I'll put my hand on my neck now. I'm doing my job beyond what I may expect of myself. I do what I can consciously, and then there's something beautiful going on in this world. And if I don't see it that way, I identify what I'm thinking and believing about it, and I test it in this work we've been sitting in together. And I don't con or fool myself. I sit in what it takes, which is an open, authentic experience, non-manipulative. I don't ever want to feel like I won't find the right job for me turned around. I'm willing to,
I'm willing to feel like I won't find the right job for me.
and I look forward to.
I look forward to feel like I won't find the right job for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can remember.
Some of you out there that don't have jobs, I'm sitting in how frivolous our time together could sound to some ears. Like, yeah, but I need a job to eat. I need a job to feed my children. There's no income coming. I need to. And in the meantime, you're doing your job. And where are you going to present yourself at a job interview? Confident, open, responsible, or in terror, pretending to be responsible? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, and it's easier to get a job you want if you're not afraid to be true about who you are and what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, because if we're not upfront with that on our applications and trying to impress, then they wouldn't be hiring me, they'd be hiring the facade of me. So my job is not to deceive, because imagine how I'd have to show up for work. I'd have to show up for work every day as not I. Boy. And then blame my stress on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look forward to
I
feeling.
think I did that in my last job. And I look forward to feel like I won't find the right job for me.
I notice I'm still doing my job. It's to have my hand on my neck, to wear this eye watch, and to have this hand here.
I
And
don't think I'll tell people that. They might send me to a mental institute.
yeah, well, there are a lot of things going on inside of us that we don't want people to know. Yeah, our fathers, for example. Oh, honey, thank you for your worksheet.
Thank you
Gosh,
so much.
there's no one here that doesn't have, we have equal opportunity. If it's, you out on the streets, for example, your smile, your understanding, even silent, just how you are is a gift. Name, did I get it right?
Dayon.
Dayon. Oh, that's beautiful. Dayon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And you.
Um, yeah, my takeaway is similar to the job process that you just went through, but on I guess, what feels like for me on a bigger scale of like finding my calling, which I feel like is centered around uh, psychology and the work similar to what you're doing, but how much pressure I've put on that's really resulting in um, pleasing or creating safety for my father. because
Wow.
similarly, he's 77 and he's reflecting back on his life, and um, he has so much care for me as his child, but there's a lot of fear that I'm age and retirement, and what are you doing for your future, and so yeah, I carry that. I've taken on the responsibility of his safety
Yeah.
in my own life.
Yeah. Yeah. What does my father want me to be? Secure. He'd be more secure in that.
Correct.
And that doesn't stop us from understanding that and being respectful, as opposed to failures that can't live up to what our parents want for us sometimes, or at all. Some of us.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I was at one of your workshops about 7 or so years ago. So yeah, it's really nice to it's all coming back, the work, and it just feels really, really good.
Oh, there's a life without inquiry is, boy, here it comes, is, uh, in my experience, not worth living. It was hell. World expect, I should, I shouldn't. Here are the boundaries. Oh my goodness, trying to live up to that killed me.
Mm.
Was a lot of pain getting there. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. There is a way out of suffering, and you're the key. So um let's see. Khalid,
Khalid.
again.
Khalid. Yes.
Okay, gosh, you found a path to how my tongue would operate.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, that's how we say it in my country. But yeah.
oh, well, it really was, I don't have the word. I preferred it the first way.
I just have a question that's related to today's topic. First of all, it's really nice to see you again. I love
Oh,
you so much.
oh, honey,
And,
thank you for that love
and,
in the world.
so, as you said to Christine, it's her birthright. All of the opportunities that she wants, everything that she wants. And looking at her today, and looking at the passion she has for what she's doing, and how she's feeling and how she's inquiring, I feel like I myself want to give her the world, because of how precious she is, and how charismatic she is, and how beautiful she is as just being her. I like sometimes, like times like today, I hate my guts. I hate myself so much, because I am not able, even though I believe that the world is abundant, and even though I believe that opportunities are abundant, and loved ones are abundant, and I can find loved ones, but I hate myself so much for believing this for everyone but myself. I believe that everyone deserves everything, everyone deserves love, and I see how everyone is worthy of love, but I cannot see the same for myself. But I really see it for people, and I really believe it for people, and I love people, and I love seeing them succeed, but I cannot see it for myself, and I just feel
So,
inferior to
so who dressed you when you got up? Who put clothes on you?
me.
Yes. I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't. Have you had days like that?
Of course. Which to come to me so that I get up and have my
Oh,
wake.
oh God, don't wait for that cockroach. Just your teeth and thank you for it. Because you've had days where you couldn't. Measure my success as the world would see it. I don't know how I did it. I'm just so grateful. Thank me for that. No one made me. You know, when the work found me, sometimes I would just crawl to the toothbrush because my mind was going, you don't have to do it today. No one cares. No one cares about you anyway. No one will. So that was the music. I couldn't walk. I could only crawl sometimes because those words were so heavy on me. I was a believer, just trying to get to the toothbrush with everything going on in my head. Because it brought me to you. It brought me out into the sunshine. It brought me into the rain. It brought me into the fog and the smog and the sea air. And people could look at me and say, oh my God, that would be my job to go away. People give me my job. Well, I know that place well.
Me too.
Yes, sweetie.
So Byron, if I have a life that I imagine I would love, and I would imagine that would suit me a lot, a lover that would suit me a lot. And I study psychology, and so I know theoretically, I know how to heal and find what I want. And how do I match my imagination of what I want? Because if the world is abundant and everything is available for me, why can't I just apply those strategies that I have to get to where I want? I want to live in the place of my dreams and have the person to share it with. And
When you find the place of your dreams, your ego will tear it to shreds. When you find your perfect partner, your ego will have so much to say about that. So you have an advantage now. You don't have those things to lose right now. So what I invite you to do is what I did, just and turn around and just watch everything shift. And it has to shift because this world is a state of mind, just like you are a state of mind, even you yourself. And I have given myself full permission to fail at everything. The worst that can happen is what I'm thinking and believing, whether I am an apparent success or failure. The ego's going to go with me wherever I go. And its job is to own everything the world would offer and become the star, in other words, the I know mind. What doesn't? And oh, honey, that is good enough for me. That way, when I wake up, I call me, I'm waking up with the love of my life. For that, the love of my life to come into my life. I'm in my life. I'm it. What I was looking for. Take good care of you. Take good care of you.
You too.
Yeah, thank you. Mm, Igor.
Hi, Katie.
Hi,
Uh,
Igor.
nice to see you. Nice to
Thank
see you
you.
again. Yeah, I really love this work, this inquiry today. Because these are the questions that I'm going through in my life as well. Um, and I had a couple things that I took as a takeaway. First of all, I wanted to say that you are just incredibly compassionate, and I think it's a really truly healing space and where one can be allowed to be themselves. And that is part of my work, is to be myself, to find who I am, and truly be a happy person within that, that like vastness, like kind of being that open vessel for whoever I feel today, because that is the energy that that is manifesting today in my perception.
Mhm.
So I love the work that it gives us this opportunity to kind of like separate what I carry, for example, what we carry from the past or what we expect from the future, and come back to the present moment and work with it. It's a truly beautiful thing, and I keep coming back to it. I hear a lot of people saying that they come back, kind of like living their life, experimenting, and then coming back, because I think this is where the truth is and the true psychology and of our like lives, and also studying psychology now. Like before I wasn't, and now I am, and it's just
Good.
maybe that was the reason. And another thing I took as a takeaway was that my work is to work on being happy and work, and it's kind of bringing that happiness to the world. And for example, if I feel like, right now I feel not so good, I have to like ask myself why,
Mhm.
find out about that, and not to be in it, not to like fall into it like completely like sad and like feeling despaired. It's not work. Like I think, with time, it's kind of like I have noticed that I come back and then like it's like really, really short. Although society like assumes, for example, like if you share like, oh, I feel sad, like that it means that you're like so depressed forever. But to me, for example, it's already like, maybe like an hour or less, and I think I measure success like of doing these things, and by how much time I am in this like even not so comfortable like a natural state. So I'm grateful for you for that, and I wish everyone to continue and doing the work. This is what we're doing. Yes, thank you again for reminding of that.
Oh, and thank you for your words. Mm. Oh, thank you, Igor. Sharon, your takeaway.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
It's beautiful to see you again. It's been a lot of years. There was
Oh,
a long time ago. I mean, maybe 20 or 30 years ago, I went to one of your your things and probably just wasn't ready to do
Yeah,
what you had to teach because I didn't follow in that
Barry,
direction.
that's asking a lot.
Right. But my takeaway, mostly I want to say to, God, I'm just terrible with names. But I want to say to the lady that was
Christine,
Christina, that was willing to just share her vulnerability and just be so real with all of us. It was really,
she was just so authentically open and dear,
yes,
just giving
right.
herself to us.
Right. So it was really beautiful to witness that. And I too happen to be one of those people that's don't have a job right now. Um, though there seems to be plenty I have to do. Um, but I did want to ask you one of the things that it seems like all the worksheets are designed around having some other thing outside of myself. Okay, for example, I have some of my own beliefs. One of those beliefs is I don't deserve happiness. So
Ooh,
how
ooh,
yeah.
ooh.
And
It's
every time right, every time I
not
try
unfamiliar to a lot of us.
right, right. Um and I don't deserve it and I can't have it. So how do I work with that in the worksheets? Because it doesn't, although I'm pretty sure some of that stuff came from with my mother and my reaction to her. Um, maybe my dad too, but how do I work with these things, with these sheets, with just me?
Um, Fill in a worksheet on your mother and work that because it's all about you. What you're thinking and believing is yours. What you move from your head to paper, like to the worksheet, is yours. It's all about you. What I am thinking and believing about the world is all about me because I'm the one judging the world. I say it's like the world is not the world is as I believe it to be. So if I don't love the world, I identify what I'm thinking and believing about the world in that negative sense, and I question it. But I'm I mm,
So in your experience, most of if you come up with your own beliefs about yourself that are impeding on your
and
happiness.
you can do that, but you're asking your ego to write the worksheet in both situations, whether you're judging yourself or others. But the mind filling in the worksheet is judging the mind that's filling in the worksheet. So it's too close to the ego. It's got control. So that's why I invite people not to judge yourself, fill in a worksheet on someone else, because that is all about you. You're the one thinking and believing that about your mother or father, etc. So when you fill in a worksheet on someone else, those are your thoughts. It is about you.
Right, right. And it's the only place I know of where I got these ideas from was in relationship. It started there
Uh-huh.
that I recall.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yes, I do seem to be attached to other people being a certain way for me to be happy. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and those people in your life that, you have judgments about, those are your judgments. That's the cause of your suffering. It can't be the people you're judging. It's what you're thinking and believing about those people you see as judging.
Mm.
If I have a problem with my mother, I move my thoughts about my mother to paper and I question them to see if they're valid. And that is all about me. What I'm thinking about her is all about me. When I do self-inquiry on those thoughts, it's all about me. My mother just has nothing to do with it. But then when I see how I treat my mother, how I react when I believe those thoughts, then it gets it brings us into our own world where we can admit it,
Right.
apologize, and start over. And every time I do a worksheet on someone, that person changes because I'm more awake to my thinking, to my thoughts. And Sharon, I love that your mind is open. So, I don't deserve happiness. I can't have happiness. I can't have it. You could take those to a one belief at a time worksheet. And those of you new to the work today, those are always free on thework.com or a 99-cent app where there are 3 worksheets and they're all there with instructions. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank
Good to see you after all this time. So, Christina, thank you for being our teacher. Thank you for your open mind, showing us what that's like, and your beautiful laughter and your sense of humor. I treasure, and I'm sure I'm not alone. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.